The $1 thing that replaced 11 products under my sink, I threw out 11 bottles last March. Not because they stopped working, because I finally did the math on what I was spending. And I sat down at my kitchen table and stared at the number for about 2 minutes. $340 per year on cleaning products, pest sprays, and garden treatments for a house of 2 people. The thing that replaced most of it was already in the cabinet. It had been there for 3 years. I bought it once for $1.89 at the hardware store and barely touched it. White vinegar, not the fancy stuff, not the cleaning vinegar in the big blue label they now sell for $6. The same plain gallon jug your grandparents kept next to the stove. Before we go any further, drop in the comments, what's the one household problem you've been buying a product for every single month without it ever actually going away? I'm going to address the most common ones before this video is over. Why I stopped trusting the cleaning aisle I used to manage maintenance for a mid-size apartment complex. 47 units, I was buying cleaning supplies in bulk, pest control quarterly, drain treatments monthly. My supply invoices ran $800 to $1,200 a month. One afternoon, a retired building super named Roy, 34 years in the business, came in to fix a water heater. He looked at my supply shelf and said, "You know, most of that is the same thing, right?" He wasn't joking. 3 of the products I bought had the same active ingredient, acetic acid. That's vinegar. One was $9 a bottle and smelled like citrus. One was $4 and had an official-looking blue label. The third one was a $1.39 gallon of white vinegar I kept for the occasional drain flush. I called a chemist friend that evening. She confirmed it within about 90 seconds. That was 4 years ago. I've been paying attention differently since then, and what I'm about to show you isn't internet folklore. There are university extension publications, peer-reviewed papers, and USDA household bulletins going back to the 1930s on every single thing I'm going to tell you. I'll name the source each time. Drain cleaner. And why the $8 bottle is mostly theater, pour half a cup of baking soda down your drain. Follow it immediately with half a cup of plain white vinegar. Put a cloth over the drain opening for 5 minutes. Then flush with a full kettle of boiling water. That fizzing reaction, that's carbonic acid and CO2 breaking apart the soap scum, grease, and biofilm lining the inside of your pipe. The boiling water rinse strips what's left. The University of Georgia Cooperative Extension published a household chemical guide in 2019, confirming that baking soda combined with vinegar produces a short-burst carbonic acid reaction that is effective on organic buildup in drain lines, the most common cause of slow drains in homes. The $8 bottle of commercial drain refresher you've been buying? Read the label. Many of them list citric acid and sodium bicarbonate, that is lemon juice and baking soda, in a fancy bottle, with a scent. Do this once a month. Your drains stay clear. You spend about 11 cents per treatment. Fruit flies. Kill the source, not just the adults. Here is why the apple cider vinegar trap in a jar never actually ends your fruit fly problem. You are catching the adults. The eggs are already in your drain, your trash can liner, or that one piece of overripe fruit you forgot was in the bottom of the bowl. 2-step fix. First, pour undiluted white vinegar directly into the drain where they're breeding. Leave it for 20 minutes. It kills the larvae. Second, set your trap, but use a mix of white vinegar, 1 drop of dish soap, and a teaspoon of sugar. The soap breaks the surface tension so they sink. The sugar pulls them in faster than vinegar alone. Clean the drain area thoroughly after. Repeat in 48 hours for a second hatch. A Colorado State University Extension fact sheet on common household pests notes that fruit fly infestations are almost entirely self-perpetuating through drain biofilm. Treating only the adult population gives the larvae 7 to 10 days to mature into a new swarm. 2 applications. Problem closed. Cost, less than a penny. Hard water stains on glass. The one thing that actually dissolves them, limescale and mineral deposits are alkaline. meaning you need an acid to dissolve them. That's the whole science. The $12 calcium and lime remover you buy at the hardware store is built on this exact principle. Usually citric acid or hydrochloric acid, both work. But so does acetic acid, vinegar. Soak paper towels in undiluted white vinegar. Press them flat against your shower door, your faucet base, your kettle interior. Leave them there for a full 20 to 30 minutes. Don't wipe early. The acid needs time to break the calcium bond to the glass or metal surface. Then wipe, rinse, and buff dry with a microfiber cloth. The result is clearer than what most commercial products leave behind, because most of them are diluted to be safe to spray broadly, which means you're not getting full acid contact anyway. Straight vinegar at 5% acidity is exactly the concentration the chemistry calls for. Your shower doors look new. Total cost, about 6 cents. Ants in the kitchen. Without poisoning your countertop, ants follow pheromone trails. Destroy the trail, and the new scouts can't find the route in. Vinegar, specifically the acetic acid, breaks the pheromone chain completely. The trail goes chemically dark. Wipe every surface the ants were traveling with undiluted white vinegar. The baseboards, the counter edge, the windowsill. Let it dry in place. Don't wipe it off with a dry cloth. The residue lasts a few days and continues interrupting any new scout that tries to reestablish the route. Then find the entry point, a gap around a pipe, a crack in the baseboard. Pack it with a thin line of petroleum jelly. Ants will not cross it. You haven't poisoned anything. Your kids can put their hands on the counter 5 minutes later. I've used this in a rental unit that had a recurring Argentine ant problem that the professional spray didn't solve for 2 full seasons. Vinegar wipe, one afternoon. They've been gone for 14 months. The average American household spends $656 per year on cleaning products, pest control, and garden treatments. That's the most recent figure from the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Expenditure Survey. If you want more of this, one overlooked pantry ingredient at a time with the actual science behind it, subscribe.